Hey guys, welcome to the Diamond District. Today I wanted to talk about an interesting thinking exercise. Think about what if all the problems, the internal ones, weren't real. Like, let's say you were afraid of public speaking, or you were afraid of meeting new people, or you were afraid of rejection, or whatever it is that typically would cause you to hesitate. Try to live life as though you don't remember. It's not real. One of my favorite things to think about, ever so randomly, is how when a person has amnesia, so many aspects about them are different. Yes, there are certain things that are the same, for sure, but because they don't remember key moments, their preferences are different. How they see themselves are different. Their literal internal dialogue is different. For example, because they don't remember that key moment of rejection, they don't have any insecurities. So when someone is treating them like the old them, they don't understand. Let me give a different example. So when someone has amnesia, obviously they forget everything. So if you have a memory of coming across like your favorite cereal, cartoon, or whatever the case may be, you typically remember the very first time you had it, and that powerful memory is ingrained in you. So every single time you reach for it, it's just feeding that singular memory and building the foundations of, you like this is your favorite thing ever. A person who's suffering from amnesia, because that moment never occurred, if they were to try that same flavor, they probably may not like it. You see, the things that we believe in ourselves are so circumstantial. They're based on so many different things. They're based on timing. They're based on who said it and who did it to us. They're based on how old we were. They're based on so many different circumstances, so many small, intricate details, that if you were to actually forget and live life like it never happened, it would have absolutely no power over you. Because in reality, a lot of the things that we give power to has no power over us. A lot of the things that we feel like are really holding us back aren't holding us back at all. A lot of the things that we feel like are in our way are not even there. One of my favorite quotes, and I used to say this a lot more frequently when I was initially started making out these videos, which was, obstacles are optical illusions. And craziest thing is, like, somehow I forgot that, because I genuinely thought that in this current moment, in this present moment, I'm dealing with an internal issue. And the internal issue is, how I see myself. And my understanding of that really comes from the actions that I committed myself into doing in this period of time are far beyond all the things that I've ever really done. I'm in school now, I'm working as well, I'm happily in a relationship, I'm working on a business with my really, really good friend, and one of these days, hopefully it's gonna be this year, I'm gonna come into a large sum of money one way or another, whether it's gonna be through investments, whether it's gonna be through business, just something. I know something is gonna happen for me. One, because I've done the things needed to make it happen. Two, because I feel like it's my time. And I've been kind of spending the last few days, analyzing and deep diving and realizing that there's nothing for me to really dive deeper about. This problem that I see myself having, this issue that I feel like I need to get over, I'm creating it. It's not actually there. I just needed to shift my focus into just execution, which is why I created this entire channel in the first place. Which is why I started this entire video series, which was just to tell people and also remind myself that the number one thing you need to focus on is execution. And by uploading these videos, by uploading my beats, and being very, very consistent about those things, I showed myself that I can execute. And when I began to look at these other areas of my life, I began to overthink. And by overthinking, I started to see problems where problems weren't really existing. When it's not necessarily a problem, it's a decision. You know, I've made the decision multiple times to wake up at 5:30. And each time I've made that decision, it's been great. I feel great. I feel like I'm able to execute the day more. Could I have done more within those days to even build on top of that? I could have. But once again, this is not necessarily a real issue. It's just more so I'm making these decisions that are not necessarily fully aligned with what I have in mind, but that's okay. Because I'm just gonna do what needs to be done and tweak it. So that way all of my decisions are in line with what I need to do. I don't actually have a problem. I don't have an obstacle in my way. And I wanted to make this video in the event that you are someone who is creating these issues and these things that are not actually there. You know, you think you're ugly and you're not. You think you're dumb and you're not. You think you're incompetent, but you're not. You think you can't do it, but you can. I mean, I literally, this is like the third time this has occurred, but you know, I get another architectural assignment and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know if I could fucking do this. And it's just simply a matter of going outside, taking what I've learned and identifying it on different buildings and stuff. And I live in the East Coast. I can just pop right into Fifth Avenue from 23rd Street to Fifth Ave, and I can see everything I need to see, and assignment's all done. There was no real problem. There was no real issue. I keep thinking that I don't belong in this class because of a lack of skill. But the thing is, I'm in this class right alongside all these other people who I think are better than me. There's no problem there. And there's no problem with me being consistent. It's just that I keep focusing on all these other things around it, and some way, somehow, even in the process of being consistent, I lost sight of the most important aspect or thing that is 100% needed in order for anybody to succeed and see tangible results within their life, and that is to execute. That is all. Don't even worry about a problem, because when you start thinking about a problem, you're not thinking about how can I solve this, you're just thinking about a problem. So don't think about a problem, execute. That's all this video is about. That's really what all of my videos are truly trying to get people to do. That's all that's needed to really make something of yourself in this world. That's it. Consistent execution. And honestly, I think it's the consistency part that's weighed heavily on me, because it's thinking that I have this image of just like, I can't be consistent, or I can't be consistent long enough. And it's just like, that's nonsense. It's complete and utter nonsense. And it's some type of like self-hypnosis that I try to fight, but by fighting it, I'm feeding into it. You see how like the way that operates, it's insanity. So if you're watching this, like, don't worry about the things that are in your way. Don't worry about any of those things. Focus on the only thing that matters, the only thing that's tangible, the only thing that is going to get you where you need to go. Having the right frame of mind is very, very important. Having the right self-perspective is very, very important. Having all these things are very, very important. But the number one most important thing that you should be doing, that you should be focused on, that you should be concerned about, is executing. Executing the things you're not comfortable with doing. Executing the things that you know you should be doing. And then doing both of that, alternating between being uncomfortable and sticking to the things you know you should do. Constantly alternate between executing those things every single day. And you'll be unrecognizable. And that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be unrecognizable, but still inspirational, because I know exactly what it's like to be filled with ambition, but lacking results. So this one is for you. Just execute, and everything's gonna be okay.